how's that for an intro? MR.TwoSix checking in. The Master Grade Gundam Barbatos is done. I'm just in awe. The level of detail in this kit is just amazing. I absolutely love it. It was easy to put together, not so easy to pose, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But man, what a beast! I mean, Barbatos is just a beast. Love this. I love this Gundam. All right, so let's get into it. So this is the first time I do a dub, so bear with me, guys. This is strange for me too. All right, so as you can see, I mean, there's just a ton of detail in the shoulders, the arms, all the armor pieces. There's just a lot of detail that's not present on the full mechanics kit. All the gold parts I ended up painting myself, either with marker or Gundam marker. I know, you know, but I love the way the gold looks. It really pops. And to me, instead of the yellow was just too orange for me. It didn't match with the box art or even the anime, because in the anime it's more gold than yellow, and to me it just looks right. It just looks really right. So that was just something I had to do, and I am happy that I did it, because to me it looks really good like that. So here we have the Master Grade on the left and the full mechanics on the right, and just looking at it really quick, I mean, you could see the difference in detail down to the armor flaps on the ankles. We go up the leg to the knee. The knee is a little more defined and sculpted on the Master Grade than it is on the full mechanics. The same thing with the inner part of the knee, and then the thighs. There's just more definition there on the Master Grade than there is on the full mechanics. When we get to the waist, you can tell that there's the number of fins on that waist part is different. There's 3 on the Master Grade and then 2 on the full mechanics. And then once you come up, you know, there's a difference in everything else. I mean, you're talking about the shoulders. There's just more definition on the Master Grade. That pink part on the shoulders, the knees, and the chest, those are all plastic pieces, whereas on the full mechanics those were all stickers. And yeah, I mean, everything is just, there's just more definition all the way around. The antenna is smaller on the full mechanics than it is on the Master Grade. The yellow part beneath the shoulder here, those are stickers, whereas on the Master Grade those are actually plastic pieces that you have to put in. And then here you can see the antenna of the Master Grade is just, it's longer. It looks more to the size of the of how it is in the anime. So here we have the back of the two kits, Master Grade on the left, the full mechanics on the right. Both are panel lined, and you can tell that the Master Grade, just by looking at it, has a lot more detail than the full mechanics. The full mechanics is more like a smooth, it's a plain looking kit compared to the Master Grade. Even in the antenna, looking at that back view, you can tell the antenna sweep further back. It's a longer antenna than the full mechanics one. And just looking, we're just going back and forth looking here at the different level of detail in the two, and you can see like the full mechanics is just smooth for the most part all the way around, where the Master Grade just has a ton of detail. Even the height between the two is different. The Master Grade stands taller than the full mechanics, which gives it more of an imposing look. Here we have the 300mm smooth bore, and there's just a ton of detail on this over that of the full mechanics. It looks really good. At first I wasn't too happy with the brown color, but at the end of the day it ends up going really well with the kit. And then here we're gonna look at how it mounts onto the backpack. You have to pull those 2 tabs up, close the backpack, and then you just slide the smooth bore on. It's a little bit of a pain, and it does add quite a bit of weight to the back of the kit, so it makes the kit unstable, and you have to reposition the kit so that way he can stand up properly. See, as you can see, all the weight gets pushed to the back, so he wants to lean back, obviously. so you have to readjust to get them to stand up straight. You have to reposition the weight so it's more forward instead of back. So here's the sword. It's nothing special. Originally just comes all gray. What I ended up doing is I ended up painting the edge and then the back part of the sword silver, just to give it a little bit contrast. I think it looks really good, and I did something similar on my full mechanics kit, and I just love the way that contrast between the silver and the gray look, and it adds importance to the blade part of the sword. So mounting the sword to the backpack is a fairly easy process. It's the exact same process as it was for the smoothbore. You lift up the 2 tabs on the backpack, you put the sheath on those 2 tabs, you slide it on, and then you slide the sword through, and it actually holds on the hilt. Now, since the sword doesn't weigh anything, you're not adding any extra weight to the back of Barbatos, so he won't be unstable when you put the sword on him. Here's the mace, which I ended up doing exactly like how I did the sword. I ended up painting the blades in silver just to give that contrast. And then you have this pike that comes out in the middle, which is retractable. So some negatives with the kit was the posing is a little difficult because it feels like it's gonna come apart. The hands I didn't really care for, makes manipulating the weapons a little difficult. And then I had a foot that just kept coming apart. All in all though, it was a great kit to put together. I had fun, and that's pretty much it. So guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll hit you back up with some more Gunpla kits. Until then, peace.